I was laying in bed and I realized I had to make this video. But most of you guys, like I was watching through doing like just seeing what the hell is on YouTube, like what you guys are watching, like what weird shit you guys are getting yourselves into. You guys are into some weird shit watching this video. Me laying in bed with my shirt off. But that's the point why I made this channel is I wanted to make it so it was so low friction to make content. But I was going through and I just see all these people saying like, bought my dad this $84,000 Porsche. Like, here's how I made $54,000 yesterday. Here's how I make $12,000 a week without ever doing anything. And it's at a point now where it's just like there's so many people like if you're a skeptic, you're just like this is all just straight bullshit, so many scams. There's like more scammers than ever. If that's your mindset, you're just like, yeah, there's all these people. It's getting worse and worse. But in reality, a lot of these people wouldn't be posted. Like, I know what's going on behind the scenes. I'll say that. I know what's going on behind the scenes. I know what people are actually doing, and I'll kind of speak the truth inside of this video, which is there's more people winning now than there ever has before. You can be a skeptic and think that all these people are just straight up lying, which you have every right to. It's just big money claims, sports cars, traveling to different places, just doing these things that just seem so crazy. Having an entire salary in a single day, it just seems it doesn't make sense. And it's okay for you to be skeptical. But let me explain how this all makes sense and why this is happening. So then at least, like from the perspective of me, like someone that is one of those people that's just making ridiculous money that doesn't make sense and is just recording a video with my shirt off in my bed, which is there's we create what is called leverage. It leverage is where things get stupid and where things just don't make sense. And let me explain. Just give me a chance here. Which is, the reason why I make so much money, which even now it blows my mind. Like my goal was to make like $100,000 a year after college, and I started making $100,000 a month like just about over a year ago, and I've had my first $100,000 month. I think like almost it was like 2 years ago, and I've been making over 100 grand a month pretty consistently like for the past like 10 months, almost a full year, and it's mind blowing to me. Like what I wanted to do, like at the age of like 30, 32, was to get to 100 grand a month. Me at the age of 25, I'm doing that right now every single month. And I'm getting to the point where like I'm shooting to do it every single week. Like I've had $100,000 weeks. It was, it blows my mind. But the reason, and it probably does just logistically doesn't even make sense. You have to be like most people just think like, it used to be for a long time, just like, oh, this person's doing drugs or whatever. But now it's just like scam. Like saying someone's a scammer is the same as like saying that someone's doing drugs or selling drugs like just 10 years ago. It's kind of so funny how it's like rotated, like how it's kind of flipped. But anyways, so the reason why I have so much leverage is of a few things. Like first of all, there's like distribution platforms these days where you can create something, and when you put like advertising dollars behind it, it can reach lots of people. I run ads, and I'm able to, on the click of a button, literally I can start spending like $100,000 a day. I've never done that personally yet, but I have friends that have done that, like where you can literally click a button to change the from spending, let's say, like $1,000 a day to $100,000 a day. Now, is it smart to just scale up that much? No, it's topic for another day. But you can just with a click of a button, you can switch the impact that you have by a fold of 100x by clicking a button. Or you can upload a video that takes you 20, like I have a video I was just watching that I made like a few months ago, 7 months ago. I made this video. I recorded it in 15 minutes. I shit you not. I probably spent like $5 or not $5, 5 minutes coming up with the idea. I recorded the idea for 15 minutes. I think I cut like one or two parts out, so it's probably spent me like 10 minutes editing it. All said and done, the thumbnail, maybe another like 5-10 minutes. So less than an hour, probably like 45 minutes making this thing, other than just waiting for like the rendering times of videos. I uploaded this video, and the video not only got like over 200,000 views, it also got it also made a lot of my other videos do well. And this video alone probably generated me like over $100,000. Just this one video that I recorded, which is so ridiculous. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't comprehend to most people's brains. And that's just because the power of leverage, the power of when you have systems and you have a way of monetizing things, like when you have a productized approach to doing things, and you have systems and like sales teams and email marketing and sales funnels and leverage from media and the skill sets that you develop over time when you sharpen your sword enough and you become better and better at what you're doing, you get to the point where your effectiveness gets to such a ludicrous point that you can make $50,000 in a day, like $100,000 a week. You can do $100,000 in a day. Some people out here are doing $1 million days just because of the ability and the accessibility that we have now with all these social media platforms, with all the technology that we have now these days, with all the tools, with all of the ease of ability that we can hire people from all over the world. Like I've worked with people in probably over like 40 different 50 different countries for me now. I've hired hundreds of people just because like in all of these different countries because of platforms like Upwork and Fiverr and Twitter and referrals and all these crazy ways now these days. The distribution is just insane to the point where it doesn't make sense. Like if you're just if especially if you're one of those people that you drive to work, you're sitting in traffic for hours every single day, and then you go in and you're making, let's say, $10, $20 an hour, maybe $30 an hour, maybe $50 an hour, or you have a salary of like 60,000 a year, maybe $100,000 a year, and you see these people doing $100,000 weeks, $100,000 months, $100,000 weeks, $100,000 days from doing shit on their computer from anywhere in the world. It like that brain, like it doesn't compute, it doesn't comprehend. And that's what I'm breaking down for you inside of this video, which is just the power of leverage, the power of the things that we have now these days, today. Like the opportunities are just so insane, and there's just so many ways of making money. Like I have this one guy I will go and get lunch or dinner with sometimes, and he was sitting down across from me. He's like, Devin, I made, I think it was like $54 million in 18 months. He like literally looks me dead in the eye. I made $54 million in 18 months doing like lead generation for like solar companies. It was like the most random shit ever. He started this business out of nothing and in 18 months made $54 million because of the power of the internet, because of the power of these tools that we have access to now, and just out of thin air, 18 months was able to make $50 million. Mind blowing. Now he's doing, I think, like $15 million a month with like some e-commerce stuff. It's wild. It just doesn't compute. It's just so insane to think like, especially for me. Like I grew up as one of those people that like I was gonna do everything right. I went to college. I just wanted to have that six-figure salary because that's what I heard was like the thing to get. Like that meant you're like the shit. That means you could have like a nice Audi car, that you can have like a nice little like one-bedroom apartment in a nice city. You felt cool as shit. But now I'm just like, dude, that's like nothing. Like that's not even that cool. Like, it actually isn't cool. Like I thought it was, but knowing what I know now, like it's nothing. It's such a small little amount that could of the full potential. You can't really like do anything with that money. Yeah, you can, you're extremely selfish being at $100,000 a year. Like you can have your own lifestyle, let's say, but you can't do things for others. You can't just like, I don't know too many people making 100 grand a year that are consistently doing things for others like all the time, like insane amounts financially. Like you can't. You don't have enough to like retire your parents. You don't have enough to, you have to work like at least 20 years, 30 years before you can even remotely think of retirement, or like, start kind of taking less hours and start kind of becoming more of like a contractor or something like that, or more of like a consultant. It's so mind blowing these days. It seems so unrealistic to those of you that aren't a part of the system. But I'll tell you from my side, it's just like you do the work, you do it long enough, you do it consistent enough. It's inevitable that you will have some immense amount of results. The things that's just holding you back is just picking something that just has a high potential, that has a high threshold, a vehicle that like has a huge opportunity, and just doing it for consistent enough that you'll get good at it for doing it long enough. I don't know a single realtor that's been doing real estate for 10 years that sucks at it. If there are, they're freaking psycho. I don't know a single, other person doing business that's been doing it for longer than 5 years that doesn't suck at it. Like, just if you do something for long enough, you'll get good at it. So, just wanted to explain that for you guys today.